Hey, aloha. Welcome to office hours for Korean natural farming for January 28th, 2024. Um, Thanks for tuning in. I already got some great people in the chat and checking in, building community. Got some members in the chat, all that. Hey, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Good day, good day. I don't know. Hawaii tends to be, I would assume, well, not, we're all over the world at this point. So, um, but before we get into it, let's start with some higher wisdom because we all know we all need it. And so today, a pretty good omen for us here, and that is gathering together. Tsui, lake over earth. To lead others toward good, one must purify one's own character. The I Ching teaches us that the world cannot move towards harmony and well-being unless human beings act in unison to further what is good and true. Our power as individuals is multiplied when we gather together as families, groups, and communities with common goals. It is our collective strength that makes positive change in the world. However, the tremendous power of human collectives must be directed by a qualified leader. The hexagram Tsui encourages you to develop your character into that of a leader. Before a person may gather others together to achieve good, he must first gather together within himself proper principles. A leader who is not balanced and collected within himself will always be suspected by his followers. And in the hour when he needs them most, they'll hesitate. Therefore, the first task of a potential leader is to accumulate in his own character all that is good and true and correct. In a very real sense, the progress of the world depends upon your thoughts as an individual now. Concentrate then on examining and correcting your thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Improve yourself into the kind of person you yourself would follow wholeheartedly without hesitation. Learn to accept that the natural progress that occurs when you act in harmony with proper principles, and seek no progress at the expense of those principles. Train yourself to avoid misfortunes by anticipating them in advance. Purify your character in this way. By purifying your character in this way and clinging steadfastly to higher things, you lead yourself and others toward well-being and good fortune. So that's pretty sweet. And we got Mark in the house. What's up, Mark? Yeah, Bridget. Good to see you, man. He's talking about love the days in Hawaiian Acres sustainability hui, leading himself toward good by being a sustainable person. Hui means to gather, group up. It also means to bubble over as it egos. So, yeah, in Hawaiian Acres, that's where I grew up as a wee lad in the jungle, the Puna jungle, the forest, rainforest, ohias, orchids, all kinds of nice Castor's curse, all kinds of good plants playing in the bushes out there. Razor grass, I remember that when I was a little kid, running through the grass and getting all kinds of hairline cuts from the razor grass out there. This was the days before fire ants and koki frogs, when the jungle was real and kids were allowed to play outside. We got Printer Bear in the house. What's up, Printer Bear? Yeah. Cecily. Hey, Cecily. Associate member Cecily. It's so nice to have members joining in and being part of the live and part of the community and part of supporting the Pure Cana Foundation, which I know I blurted out, but there's the logo there. And, supporting Master Cho's mission. I know I blurred them out. Why did I do that? I don't know. I thought it would be cool. Kind of looks like an interesting, got more of a YouTube-ish feel to the thing. But yeah, we got, and then we got Eyewitness coming in from Florida. What's up, brethren? I'm hoping it's going well down there. I saw some, it looked like it was freezing in Florida the other week. Hopefully you're thawing out, doing good down there. Solar Gourmet coming in from Germany. What's the status with the farmers protesting out there? Heard they're in Berlin and they're like upset. They're putting poop everywhere, which is only appropriate. Bring the poop to the people when they don't respect the farmers. And we got Sedu, I think, coming in from Africa someplace, right? Pretty sure. So, and Bird coming in from just over the river. Just almost the same. Wow. Made the maintenance formula today. It's a good day. Yes. Maintenance formula, of course, is food, medicine, cleanser, and structure. All the basics you need for life. Senegal, cool. All the basics you need for life. The maintenance formula, the foundation of all KNF sprays and all that. Nanga Def, not sure where that's at. Africa, Senegal. So, just cause I gotta mention it. Oh yes, super chats. Thank you. Reinforcing the fact that, gather together, give good things out, good things come back. We got Jake Voss in the house. Jake, I got an update from you. I know. Thank you. Thanks for the email. Thanks for sending the updates. So inspiring. We'll get to that in a minute. But before we get there, let's see here. We got this one here. We'll transition to this. We got the Pure KNF Foundation. You can join it. You can be part of helping such great things happen. We're just finalizing our annual report for 2023. Some amazing things happen. So looking forward to sharing that with all of our members and perhaps sneak peek out here to the public, but getting that to our membership. And if you want to join Pure KNF Foundation, be part of helping this show happen and building just better things, and if you're wondering what the Pure KNF Foundation is, it's an educational 501c3 nonprofit. We exist to restore life through microbial awareness, education, and action. And that's the whole point. So if you're joining this, you're part of existing to restore life through microbial awareness, education, and action. And restore, we might even switch this to regenerate. I don't know if we need to change our mission around that, but regeneration, we're really all about that. You can see here this beautiful IMOs here from the pig pen, from my pig. This cell here, she's been eaten already. And then Master Cho here as well with, I think we got Matt here, and I'm not sure who those brethren are, but this was a Makapala 2011, Master Cho out teaching, and, we also host KNF support. So if you're unaware of that, KNF support here, where all the questions can be answered, asked. The Goofman really holding it down here. And you can find all these answers. I just answered this question last week on can I use agar plates to collect IMO1? And they were wondering if, what method would collect mycelium with agar plates to inoculate the IMO rice with agar. This person already grows mushrooms, and it'd be a pretty convenient method without having to set up the box outside, and probably be able to consistently inoculate all the rice pretty easily. But unfortunately, the answer is no. Agar cannot be used for collecting IMO. The reason that agar is selective to the microbes, soil microbes are diverse and will not culture well. You will get microbes, but they're not the microbes you want. So you will get some mushroom microbes in there, I mean, for sure. But, IMO is a very specific process. So all those types of questions, all those types of answers can be found KNF support. And then you can also go to office hours up here at the top. Let me make my mouse a little bit easier to find. There, you can see my mouse a little better. Office hours up here, and then you can catch the current episode right here, and then all the past episodes. So from like January back. And we're working on getting more table of contents in here all the time, making these easily searchable, all those things. So anyway, if you're a regular viewer, you already know. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But I did want to encourage folks, as you become a member, you're helping things like this happen. And plus, you're also part of this. And we got a bunch of things coming your way. 2024, we're just getting things planned out for you. So really, really appreciate it. So with that, anyway, got to do a little bit of self-promotion, right? Because if you join, you help, and then you could be part of the Pure KNF Foundation, and then you're helping, as well as super chats also help this thing. So, just throwing that out there. So today I wanted to get into Madaj. No, it's Jadam. A little bit. I'm gonna get into a little Jadam, but before we get there, because I noticed the YouTubers always say that they want to like give you a hook to hook you in. But before we get there, right? I'm getting better at the YouTube. We're gonna dive into some fan mail. I'm not sure if that's the right word. More like what is it? Reciprocity, fan reciprocity. Let's go with that. Because Jake Voss is in the house, and Jake Voss sent a good email. So first off, I'm just going to read a little bit about this, because if I share the email here, then it'll show his email. And maybe you want to email Jake, but maybe he doesn't want emails from you. Maybe he does. Looks like he's also a wood ox. Amazing. So first off, he's saying thanks for all I do. I do a lot. You can't see, what you can't see right here is I got more microcontrollers out, and I'm building another robot. So I do more than you even know. But he said he stumbled onto the channel mid-2022 and has been inspired ever since. It's pretty amazing because now it's 2024. So that's at least a year and a half of inspiration. That's pretty amazing. I mean, if you're tuning into office hours every week, you can get some inspiration. That's pretty cool too. Oh yeah, Pure KNF Foundation logo's right there. I don't even have to point at that one back there. But Master Cho's picture's blowed out, but it's right there. Okay, cool. Anyway, what you notice when you're doing things. He's been inspired. It's cool because, just like me, I got inspired. Once I learned about KNF, I was like, this is the answer. I got to get into it. I got to do it. So he says, I have my whole family learning KNF. And when you learn, it's contagious. It's more infectious than things I can't mention on YouTube. So his whole family is learning KNF, and it's truly amazing. Truly amazing. I mean, what could be better than bringing your family together around regenerative agriculture, around restoring the earth with microbial solutions? I don't know. I mean, what else are you going to get together around chips? Maybe some chips and dip. Maybe regenerative agriculture might be a slightly better thing. He says his 11-year-old daughter knows how to make the solutions and their basic functions. What is that? That's 5th grade. So even a 5th grader can learn this stuff. She's already like a pro, and his 7-year-old son knows most of them and isn't far behind. Like, how cool is that? 7 years old. If I learned this stuff when I was 7, just think of where I'd be today. I learned this stuff when I was about 22, and now I'm old. Been doing this for probably over 15 years at this point, so you can kind of guess on that. Um, so how cool is that? Getting the kids in there. Um, and thanks to the recipe book and the office hours, we've been able to create all the solutions, including the Majad Jadam methods. Which how cool is that? So between the book and the office hours, you pretty much got all you need. You can also come out to train with me, but I don't have any classes listed right now, but I probably will. Um, and he says he's made it all the way to IMO 2, plans to make IMO 3. So he's collected his seed IMOs. He's going to then propagate those. Hopefully, then he'll continue on to IMO 4, which I'm now calling Foundation IMO because it's the foundation of everything and it builds the soil foundation. And he has a batch. So he has his first batch of the fuel, which is also the old acronym of FAA. He said FFA, which is Future Farmers of America, but it's, the old acronym would actually be FAA. But anyhow, fish amino acids. But anyway, those just tell you how to make it. Doesn't tell you what it's good for. If you learn fuel, you will know that it's good to make things just. It's like you gotta add fuel to the fire. Anyway, when you come to the class, I really describe it well, or you can search office hours on KNF support for fuel, find out more about it. He has 4-month-old fuel, which is great. Good. Start using it. It's going to be great. As soon as it's liquid, you can use it, but 4-month-old is going to be even more connoisseur. 6-month, 1 year, 2 years. Oh, that connoisseur fuel. And he wanted to share a picture with me to see what I think. Also wanted to share a few pictures with you of some of the solutions we've made. Just want to say we appreciate you. So thanks, Jake. And without further ado, let's get to some of your pictures here because I was just looking at these and it's so cool. So check this out. I think this is his fuel here. Gotta be. Looks like fish kind of in a bucket, right? That gotta be it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But look at that liquid coming off. Looks like there's some nice fatty oils up here. Not sure exactly what kind of fish was used, but it looks like a little bit more. But this is going to be great. That liquid coming out of there, it's seeping out. Got to be great. Then all his KNF medicines here. Look at those jars. All in. Looks like everything's going well. Tinctured up. Hopefully you're getting 5 pour-offs from those 2 weeks apart after stirring and re-adding the book shows it on how to do it. Of getting all the medicine together, all those herbs, tincturing. And then coming down here, looking at he says this is his first decent IMO collection. Wanted to get it before it rained. So he says it wasn't the best, but it looked good. Figured I could propagate with what I had. And, I would give this probably a B minus maybe. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. I mean, it's not, like you say, it could be better. But and to me, actually, what you say here is you pulled it a little early, and that's actually what I'm seeing more of. And in this little gray that I'm seeing right there, it's probably just because you opened it in before you took the picture. But it's looking great. I would use that. I would consider that acceptable for sure. Awesome. Good. Awesome. Great. You're doing that. Got his IMO 2, the seed IMO preserved here. Look at that. Gooped up nicely. That's going to be perfect. It's going to be super saturated like Han Solo and carbonite. Frozen microbes waiting for the force to awaken. And coming down, it looks like there's some fruit juice here. Made some KNF food from cantaloupe. Oh, cantaloupe. And this is probably penicillin growing on it because cantaloupe attracts penicillin. So if you're getting molds like this growing on top of your foods, just make sure you are super saturating them properly. If you don't know what super saturation is, click on the channel below my channel and then search super saturation. And it'll tell you I think it's even on one of the top videos on my channel recommended because super saturation is such an important concept that's sometimes overlooked. But that I don't know. You could someone that knows a little bit more of identification might know better. But that may be penicillin. I know cantaloupe was penicillin came from cantaloupe. So but I wouldn't worry about that. I just use the juice underneath. Then it looks like got living vinegar made from cantaloupe. Man, if I could elope, I'd elope with cantaloupe. Oh, anyway, my wife's gonna watch this. This is gonna be funny. She'll laugh. Hopefully. But yeah, using those fruits around you. That's so cool. And he has some soap here, and maybe that's honey, but it's probably soap. And so cool, making the recipes, doing the things, making the foods here. Look at all these diverse foods he has. That's going to be so cool because you can add multiple in when you're making your solutions and make even more rich, good stuff happening. And then look at these aloes. Looks like you're growing indoors. That's so cool. Got the indoor aloe cranking. Look how thick and rich that is. Man, if you ever get sunburned, you are covered. I tell you. Burns of any kind. This is really good for skin. If you're getting old and wrinkly, rub some aloe on your skin. Make that stuff rejuvenate, rehydrate. And then different basil seedlings. And the soil looks alive. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, it is. All those microbes, all that mycelium going to go into there and bring this to life. That's pretty cool. And then that must be Jake right there. What's up, Jake? Standing next to this sunflower. Look at that thing. My gosh. And all the mushrooms popping up, of course. And when you do KNF, that's what happens. Your soil comes to life. Mushrooms have enough nourishment that they will pop and you will get great things happening. And look at this abundance. Looks like some nice pumpkins and peppers and what is that? Zucchini and basil and I don't know. Oh, look at that. He got the sunflower too. This must have been right before winter because, for me, I don't really have a winter here, but he's in Kansas. So I imagine there is some winter in Kansas. But yeah, look at that, man. What an abundance. That is so cool. And to do that with your family, what could be more nourishing? Show your kids that food comes from just the air and the ground versus the store, and they get to grow their own. And then, of course, then he made disgustingly cheap food, and that's so disgusting, but great way to take extra crop waste that you didn't want to put sugar or anything into, and you just rot it. And then your next season, use this, build some soil foundation with it. It's going to pay off big, as things thaw out in the spring, as things are starting to thaw, spray this out there with some more disgustingly cheap microbes, and you're going to be off and on your way. So, big shout out to Jake. He's in the chat, so if you want to drop some things to him, let him know how cool his garden is, because when I see these things, I really appreciate it, sharing, sharebacks, get to see, not just like, because here I'm just talking to a wall, right? There's this camera there, but it's going to you through the internet, but literally I'm just talking to a wall for an hour each week. But when I get things back like this and super chats and people joining, it's like, I feel like I'm not just talking to a wall. I feel like I'm really talking to the community, and that's a cool thing because and the chats here, and also what's so cool is that while I was just on that whole thing going, it looks like there was a question here from Michael, and it says, how much do you recommend per gallon of acronyms, and should I use less when combining the two? And the answer is no, don't combine less when you add them. All the and how much do I recommend? Well, first off, I recommend that you get the book, because in the book, it gives you a guide on exactly how to combine all these and how to combine them all at the same time. And so let me go like this and then bring this over, because I recommend you get the book. It's at knfsupport.com, and you get this book. But here is how to combine them, right? So you're asking about an acronym, which there are no acronyms in my book. I've removed all the acronyms, but because it kind of confuses you of how to use them. But if you look right here, what you would call fruit juice or something like that is food, and then what you would call calcium would be over here, the reproduction. So usually it's used in this fruiting stage, but there's a lot more to it of how this fruit goes into where it's going. But here it's put at 1 to 1,000. So if you were to do 1 gallon, that'd be 4 milliliters. And if you were to put it into, here's 1 to 500 as well, and 8 milliliters. And you'll notice that these are all combined with all these. So all these solutions go in at once and then are watered out or sprayed out. And all these at once, all these at once, to make these different types of solutions. And what are those different solutions? They're the 7 prescriptions here. You got your maintenance formula, your soil formula, your seed formula, your leaf formula, your bloom formula, your fruit formula, and your harvest formula. If I didn't say formula enough, then I'll say it a few more times for you. But all these are put in. And the coolest thing is Thomas already answered the question. He already knew the dilutions of what they are, shared those things, and got it out even before I got there. But here's the more complete answer of like how to combine the, here are your 9 vital solutions. And once you have these 9 vital solutions, then you combine them into the 7 prescriptions. The 7 prescriptions then relate to what growth phase you're at. And then you combine them with this chart. And then you start to use them with this formula. And this is how to put it out at the right time. And this is pretty complex. And I'm not going to go over this right now because this is like one of the more complex things because it changes between plant to plant and what you're doing. But if you understand the core of the solutions and then you got the prescriptions, then you can really combine it and get these through. And it's not really that difficult once you figure it out because most of the things are very similar. And you really got to be a master farmer of tuning in. And it's hopefully it's intuitive. Like if you drop the acronyms and you just go, okay, I'm going to forget everything I know about pool liners. And now I'm going to talk about pool liners and you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's actually like forget the acronyms and just start calling them from these words here. And you will find that you will become a master very quick. Like if you got some disease, you're going to use cleanser and medicine. But if you just had an acronym, you'd be like, what do I use? I don't know. And so that's why I suggest everyone drop the acronyms because they're bad translations and not that great for the community. But instead call them by their names and then you will become a master because it's intuitive, right? And that's my whole goal is to make it super intuitive for use instead of the making, but use. And yeah, so that's how to do it on those things. So thanks for that question. Thanks. And thanks again to Jake for sharing. And thanks for everyone with thanking Jake. We even got a Printer Berry got a flexing arm out there. That's awesome. And we got Raphael coming in. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Santa Lucia. Oh, the Santa of Light. That's cool. Really appreciate the insights. Doing a lot of KNF around here. And if you're in Brazil, I highly recommend you check out Pedro Camargo. I don't know if I could find him on the gram, the Instapot. Pedro Camargo. Let's see if we can find him. Neuromarketing. Pedro Camargo official. Is that him? Let's see. No, this is not. That is not the official guy. Don't look up Pedro Camargo official. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone know his Instagram? I don't know what it is, but he's on the Instagram. You can find him. He's in Brazil. Don't look up the official guy. That's not the right guy. Is it this guy? Let's see. I know he's my Instagram friend, but I don't use Instagram anymore. I boycott these. Pedro Meza. That's it. Someone knew it right there. You already know him. Oh my gosh. You already know him. I'm trying to connect you with him and you already know him. And then, yeah, there's actually a couple folks in Brazil. The other guy is Seu. I'm probably not saying it right. SEU. And he sometimes joins in. So if you look at past office hour episodes, you'll see him in the chats there. He's also in Brazil, good friend of Pedro. I think he's in he took Pedro's class. So highly recommend you go and hit up Pedro and say, hey man, I want to take a class from you, because he came here, he got trained, he's there, he's doing it. I know Brazil's big, like don't get me wrong, but it's worth it. And he's in Sao Paulo, which I think is like the capital, right? So it's pretty, imagine you can get there fairly easily because most roads lead to the capital city. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Do I gotta sneeze? I gotta sneeze. Hang on. Yeah, I had to sneeze for sure. But yeah, check him out. Connecting the world, doing the things, getting everyone together. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Let's see what else. So this year, these things, I wanted to share with you, just a little bit more about Jadam. So I'm gonna transition this over. You're looking at the back end of my YouTube studio. So when I log into YouTube through the studio, oh thank you. This is what I see, right? And so here I got some unlisted Jadam videos. Oh my gosh, it looks like it's their whole lecture unlisted here. Why is it unlisted? I think Young Sancho asked me to delist it. Because it's so easy, you wouldn't have to go to his lecture. But let's just see here, a couple Jadam videos that I got. Let's see, I'm gonna go like this and view on YouTube. That one, we'll view this one on YouTube. So I spent a heck of a lot of time with Young Sancho. He's a good friend of mine, like him. Sometimes I was like, oh, why is this not monetized? It should all be monetized, because otherwise YouTube's getting my money. Of course, there's none of this. I want YouTube to get my money. I'm the content creator, man. Come on. Everything should be monetized, so I get the money. Sorry, you have to watch ads if you're not buying premium, but whatever. Even now, if I don't monetize, they still show you ads. I used to not monetize things because I don't want you guys to have to watch ads to watch the content, but now they show you ads regardless, and then it's just like they get my money unless it's like, man, I should be getting that. Help me do more natural farming instead of Google. Yeah, maybe come to Hawaii. Yeah, I got to put up some classes and things. So anyway, so I got a couple of those things queued, and then the really one of the main videos I also wanted to get to with you here is this one, because this is some of and then here's his full lecture. Oh yeah, so we'll watch some of these too. I'll go through a little bit of these. Not that you can't watch this on your own time, but we get to watch it together and talk about this. Yeah, Pedro is the man. What's up, Ben? Yo, brethren. Good to see you, man. Glad you're in the house. Talking about you yesterday because we were going over. We're like, yeah, I taught a course in January. I was like, Ben was there. Pedro was there. Yeah, Leah, Brittany, Dan, Heather. Who else? There were more people. Anyway, I gotta look at the photo. I think Daniel was there too. Oh my gosh, so many good people. So anyway, what I want to do, let's see here. So this is, I'm gonna mute this, but this is like, when we go to Korea, this is Dr. Park here. Let me make this little theater mode for you. But we're going touring around with Young Sancho. There's Ray. There's some cool Korean tools. Looks like a little super mower, diesel mower. Oh, Korean dogs. Ray giving them pets. But we get to cruise around, or did get to cruise around and see some of the people using the thing. So this is 100-year-old pear orchard. And I'll watch it a little bit faster here. I always watch YouTube a little faster. That dog's tail, look at that hyper speed dog tail. And we'll skip forward a little bit. But these pears, so each one is being individually wrapped. And they're trellising them up and tying all these trees so that the pears hang at perfect level that they can fit under. But I was a little tall for this. But these are 100-year-old pears that the whole ground via the, disgustingly cheap food and disgustingly cheap microbes are able to grow. And we end up talking with this farmer. There's Young Sung himself hanging out. Dr. Park helping us translate. There's Chris chilling. We ate a pear together in this orchard. And so he's using some of those methods. He's using a few other things, but the Jadam really helped revive these trees. And he inherited this orchard. There were 100-year-old trees, and first thing he started doing was cutting down the trees because he thought they were too old. But then he learned about Young Sung. He learned about the Jadam. He ended up using these, bringing his soil back to life, bringing the microbes back to life, and then the trees started to fruit again. And now he's transplanting new branches onto these 100-year-old pears to get even more production. And he's bummed that he cut down his trees, some of them, not all of them. Luckily, he didn't cut them all down. But he's bummed because they're way more productive, produce better fruits, do all those things so much better. And so here, we're talking story. If you want to watch this whole thing of it, you can check it out. But let's see. We're talking story for a while. It's on the channel below. And then always don't be afraid to hit this thanks thing here. If you like a video and it helped you out, there's also a thanks. Not that I'm all but I am trying to get, more support back. And you can always do a super thanks. So you can do super chats right now, but you can also do super thanks. So if you watched some video and it inspired you and it helped you and it was worth even 50 cents or $1 or whatever the minimum contribution is, hey man, freedom ain't free. So you can watch this. Oh, Uncle David Wong was there too. And we talk with this farmer about this, but just look at these, and he's individually wrapping them because they have such high market value because people understand the value of these fruits, right? So if you get to that level, and you can use Jadam to do this, I wouldn't spray the Jadam stuff directly up on these pears or on the trees themselves because it's going to be kind of gross, and they're not meant for direct crop spraying, despite what Young Sung Cho says. No, don't do it. Just trust me, don't do it. But spraying it on the ground, bringing the soil to life. Goofman, what's up, Richard? We're talking about you earlier. So here looking at this, we're looking at where he is grafting on new branches to these old 100-year-old pears. So check this out. He's grafting these new branches on. So taking that old root system and grafting this and bringing more youth, more fertility, more availability for these things. So keeping your old trees in top shape and wearing a nice hat like that is going to make you a very successful farmer. And then I think at the very end, oh yeah, we're looking look at his soil. Look how rich that soil is, right? Look, there's mycelia and this ground cover, and he's not removing the crop waste. And it's just look how rich that soil is. And this is why the trees are doing so well. He brought it back to life, right? He has a great ground cover, and we're eating a pear. We're having a great time. Just 5 guys having a good time, And look how delicious that pear is. You can tell. And look how big it is. I mean, they're Asian pears, right? They're not the same as Bartlett pears, but Asian pears doing that, eating these things. Oh, and there's Chris reviewing the pear. We'll hear what he... I think we can say he's succeeding. Awesome. Yeah, so a little review on that. But that was the pear, pretty awesome. And then let's see here.
The auntie that made
we're going to cancel the sound on this one as well and put it in theater mode. And then this is us, bunking together, doing our thing, cruising with, and then what are we seeing here? This looks like a grape farm. So chilling in Korea, doing the grapes. We'll play this here a little bit. Let's speed this up. Make it go twice as fast. But here we are checking. So going into this grape house, there's his fertigation type stuff on the back, but cruising through, look at the bundles of grapes hanging down. again, and then all this fertigation. This is how he puts the jam stuff out there, right? You got a sprayer wagon that fits underneath all these things, and he's putting charcoal down. I remember this guy. Look at that. Oh, look at that soil. Unreal. Not as many, not as much ground cover, but look at there's biochar. Putting this down, doing those things, making this happen. He uses primarily the JDAM stuff here. But look at these grapes. Oh, they did wrap some of them up. And cruising around. He has like a few grapevines. You can see there's one stalk there, and then there's, one stalk somewhere else. I mean, it's one grapevine that does all of this. So he's not having like hundreds of grapevines. Like I look at these wineries and there's like a grapevine every 5 feet or every 2 feet, and they're all like on these rows. It's like, bro, you got to tech up and go this level where you just have one vine that's so darn healthy. Like over there's one vine going up. There's one vine going up, and all this is the canopy. I think I got to sneeze again. Maybe not. I don't know. My nose is kind of itchy. That's why I keep going like this. But yeah, like, you look at American vineyards. Let's just pause this and hang on one sec, and I'm gonna go just look up Sonoma vineyard, and I'm just gonna look at some images, and I just want to show you a juxtaposition here. Okay, so we pulled this up. We're looking at this of like how we do grapes around here, and like look at this where there's literally a plant every 5 feet. These vines look like crap. I mean, that's just my opinion. Whoever owns this is probably like, no, it looks great, but you're like, like there's a plant every freaking 3 feet or whatever, and there's just rows of these. All these roots are competing with each other. All these plants are competing with each other in the ground. Yeah, and it's all tainted with glyphosate. Yeah, no, and all these vines competing with each other, no ground cover, dead soil. They're driving plant, like trying to kill all this stuff, like doing it this way where it's just like all these roots are going to compete with each other. How the heck are you ever going to get a good plant to grow when all the roots are competing? And this is like standard viniculture, wine growing. Look at all these plants, versus like how the heck are you like? Look at they're like there's this much leaf, and they're just pruning the crap out of these, and they get maybe a vine per thing. It's like, bro, you're doing it wrong. I mean, that's just my opinion, but juxtapose that back to this where you got one vine. Look at this, and look at how many grapes. Let's go to where I'm walking through the grapes. Like there's one vine. Look how thick that thing is. The roots are everywhere under here. Look how thick. Look how more production this is. And if you just did it this way, where you trellis it up and you're just above your head and you're able to walk through here, and you put it in a greenhouse like this, like he is producing thousands of grapes per one vine is putting out all this. And this is like, where's some good grapes? Can we see some? Oh, let's see. I mean, I already showed you as we were walking in, like, looking at these bundles hanging down. This is one vine. I mean, in this greenhouse, there's probably like 4 or 5 vines, right? But just look at all these grapes hanging down, all these, and just so much more production, so much less effort. All these vines, I mean, this is like rich soil. Think of how much less work there is. So if you're in Sonoma and you show these guys up, start doing it this way, watch your production. You're going to be like, yeah, 4 vine vineyard, right? And it's like, what? Like instead of hundreds, like, yeah, look at this. Look at that. Look at this production. Look, all from one. And it's like, bruh, these guys, what are they doing? How many years does it take? I don't know. But, start a few vines, start growing, do vegetables in here while you're waiting for the things. Obviously the vine hasn't filled out everywhere. He's planting a few new ones around. I don't know. But the older it gets, the more rich it gets, which I can tell you, all those other wine guys, the longer it goes, the less production they're getting, the less fertile. This guy is also, one of the things he's doing, I don't know which part it is, but He's also doing logs in here, mushroom logs. I don't know if you can see them. I know it because I was there, right? So I remember. But he's also doing mushroom logs, so he's getting like, multi-crop production out of here. Let's see. Nice stance, Chris. But look at that soil, and look, no, he doesn't spend any time weeding. Oh, there's the mushroom logs. I don't know if you can see them. Just to the left. Oh, right there. So those are all mushroom logs that he's doing in here as well. Over on that side. But yeah. I don't know how long it takes to get a vine that big. But anyway, this, and then if you want to watch this full episode, we go out and we end up talking with the farmer. So he probably answers some of those questions that you're talking about. I can't recall this now. But we're out there just eating grapes, sitting in his little hut thing and just talking story. So we ended up talking story with him for quite a while. Let's see, 30 minutes or so, which is long for a Korean to sit there and talk. Most of the time Koreans are like, let's go. But you can check these out, search my channel, search Jadam, you'll find these things. He's talking about the buildings, how he does everything, what he's doing, we're just chilling, hanging out. So anyway, that's another example there. Let's see what else we got next.
That's an African tulip. And it's kind of
invasive. I'll mute this one. This is Jadam folks visiting my farm back in the day. That's my dad over there. This was what, 7 years ago. Oh my gosh, only 986 views. I was told it's because I have bad thumbnails. But let's see. Let's speed this up. Ain't got time for regular speed. Oh, let's speed it up. Make it go a little faster. Let's see. Oh, there's Robbie Cho, man. What's up, Robbie? And Mr. Jew, I think that's his name. And here we are. Oh, Almakua. We're walking up the road, checking out this field. I think. Look at Dr. Park in good shape. My dad in good shape. Jadam, I got that shirt. We were all wearing the same shirt. And the grapes taste horrible. More seawater. No, not that they're pruned harder. They taste sweeter. Trust me, it's not. It's more seawater. They need more minerals. It's like people think it's pruning. No, they just need more seawater. So this was an area that we were working on to do cover crops. I now graze this area, and it's changed a lot. A lot has changed. I don't know what this video. Let's see, what else were we doing? I just run the camera while we're there. Let's see, we're walking on the driveway a lot, showing him pineapples, sugarcane. That's my dad's farm over there. What he's up to. Let's see what else. Yeah, talking about those things. He's giving crop improvements. Looking at these pineapples, they look, there's a little pineapple, but they look so much better now that we fly the drone weekly with all the sprays. It's amazing how that's changed. All this sugarcane, nice ferns. Ferns grow where it's super acidic. Our soil is usually super acidic. Very poor soil to start with. Looking at our mower, nice mower. Oh, my dad still had a 4Runner back then. And it's before we built our garage for the tractor. Now we keep it inside. Much better. Oh, and he's talking about a water softener here. Yeah, he gave us a water softener. We didn't actually need it for our house because our water's soft already, but it's very important if you're making the liquid stuff to use a water softener if you're using other things. So this video, not that exciting there. Mute. Too loud for me. So this is making the sulfur. So this was the first time we brought Jadam to Big Island, and I really hyped him up and brought a ton of people here too. We got over like 200 people to join because I really was like promoting the heck out of it. And so excited for him to come. We did the week before we did Master Cho's course, had about 200 people there, and then we did Young Song's short course. We had about 150 people. It's Mr. Ja. Is his name Ja? I think maybe it was Ja. Ja. He's his chemical expert here doing the things. He's going to mix up all this sulfur, which this was the first time doing this, and trust me, don't do a large batch in front of a large audience because this stuff is toxic and nasty, and they should have known that, but they didn't, and some people were helping, and we are making sulfur. Let me speed this up so it'll go quicker for everyone to see. But we are making sulfur in front of everybody, and this gets kind of nasty. Do you see this? It spilled over. Luckily, everyone was chill, but let's watch it spill over. As people are there helping, the thing spills over. So what happened was he got too powdered sulfur. He's used to thicker granules of sulfur, and we got some highly powdered sulfur, so the reaction happened much faster. It's all about chemistry when you're doing sulfur and stuff. And this got pretty gnarly here. So let's see, get to it. Come on, get to it. But here you got his stirring stick, he got his things, he's talking about it. Ray's translating for him. He's mixing the sulfur and the dirt and stuff together. He's mixing sodium hydroxide, I think. And then, oh, did I not get it? I didn't get it. Maybe shit was just going crazy during that time. But yeah, this thing bubbled over like crazy and spilled. We had a huge chemical spill. It was like pretty tragic. I didn't get that. Man, I can't believe I didn't get that. Oh, well, maybe I edited it out, to be honest. I might have edited it out when I put this up because, you don't want to hurt people that come to your things, like talk about ruining your natural farming life. But here he's making the soap. He's using a drill. Soap is made. He's only making a tiny bit. Why? Because the rest of this is filled with water later. So this soap will harden, become a soft soap, and then it's filled with water. So if you understand the recipes, you'll know what we're doing. But just a little bit of the taste of the natural farming lessons we used to do. And if you want to watch this and get all Ray's translation, hear directly from the source live what they're doing, you can hear it. And there's the soap. Is he going to make Ray drink it? I think he is. Ray, drink it. Come on, Ray. Come on, Ray. Is he going to make him drink it? No, I don't know. What are they doing? No, they're just pouring things in. Oh, maybe he's adding sulfur. So I don't know. Anyway, you can watch this. See what's happening. This is us, doing it live with tons of people. Hopefully, I think the statute, since it's 7 years ago, I think their statute of limitations is done. So, so we may have chemically burned some people. Whoops. Soap, hardening up, doing the things, presenting for people, doing all these things. So that's some of the miracles. Jadam doing their things. Let's see. And then we'll mute this. This was the lecture before that last episode I was showing you. And we had Young Song teaching in the Civic Auditorium in Hilo. It's our local basketball stadium. And I don't know if at a certain point I'm filming mostly them, but he's given his lecture. Everyone's pumped, doing the things, making it happen. And so if you want to watch this, you can see, his lecture, what he's doing. Get through that. Jadam, full lecture, English 1, cheap KNF theory. And then let's see here. I think on this one, let me mute this. And I think on this one, let's see. Yeah, so here I went to the back of the audience. So you can see, like we had, a good couple hundred folks there checking out his lecture. I went to the very back top and just filmed from back there to kind of give perspective of, like, here's people tuning in, let's go, Young Song, let's go, right? Of just tuning in. This great, these seats were super hard. I recommend you bring a pillow and or a lazy boy and sitting on it to watch. But this is back in the day. First time Young Song taught in Hilo, helped promote his thing, got hundreds of people there. It was so cool to see this much enthusiasm towards natural farming, and these guys just superstars out here, doing their things. And yeah, how cool is that? So was that was all, those are all the videos I had for today. I think that I wanted to share. Getting into Jadam, doing, it's worth talking about. And we got a few more comments here. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's see. Brilliant musician. People waiting for me to fire up the sawmill. Okay, Mark's piecing out. And yeah, if you want to make your grapes sweeter, Rainbow, I would say don't prune. Pruning is like, you're gonna be like the guy who cut his pear trees down. It's like you just bringing the ground to life. Don't prune. Like don't say. I'm not saying don't prune, but like don't prune. You gotta just bring the soil to life. Use the JMS on the ground. Use that disgustingly cheap microbes. Use the disgustingly cheap food. Just keep dumping it around underneath your grapes, and then also include a lot of seawater, diluted 1:30. Get the mineral content up. Put in the reproduction, which helps as a I want to rename it KNF transporter while I'm renaming other things because it's KNF transportation. It really helps to move things around and bring the things in when they're needed. Yeah, seawater, calciums, disgustingly cheap microbes, disgustingly cheap foods. Make it cheap, make it easy. Bring in and then report back on what happened with those grapes because I don't think you're going to need to prune and they will become sweet. And the chicken coop diagram is most likely, yeah. What's up, Hawkeye? Good to see you, Regin. Chicken coop, naturalfarminghawaii.net. I think there's some stuff there. Let's explore together. So naturalfarminghawaii.net. I think there's chickens here, livestock up here at the top, livestock chickens. And I think there is, there's an advanced chicken series. Are there some diagrams, blueprints? Apparently I need to put more of these up. Need to work on these things. Secrets of advanced animal systems. It might be part of this product. So it's out of stock right now. Not sure what happened. I think it's a video. Anyway, I need to work on my own websites. I spend so much time working on the foundation and giving things away for free that I forget to work on my own things that are actually, value for me. But I appreciate it when people give me super chats and they give super thanks and they join the foundation, help the efforts, because all those things work together and do it. But it is a reminder to myself that, if you don't nourish yourself, ain't nobody else gonna nourish you. And so, yeah. So, love and reverence for all humanity, except for that guy. No. Oh, yeah. And all the microbes and all the micro mini life and all the good macro life. So, hope you enjoyed a little bit of this, which, by the way, not sure how many of you got a signed copy of the Jadam book. But Majab, in the house, doing their things. It's, I was showing the other day, some people think that Jadam is like a separate thing from like KNF and Jadam are different. It's all Korean natural farming. If you noticed back a couple episodes ago, it might have been, I was talking about the origins of Jadam, and it's all comes out of the KNF. It all comes, right at, it's Master Cho's son. You can see the origins in the original recipe book that I have, and they're all there. So other news out there, I was hanging out with Dr. Park. I might have mentioned this last week, but we don't know where Master Cho is, so pray for his best. Hopefully he's doing well, and hopefully he's doing well. But last I heard, he was wheelchair bound and chilling that way. So hopefully he's doing good. I don't know, but carry him forward. Keep his blessings going. Thanks, Jake. Awesome. Yes, cool. Thank you, super chatters. It's always cool, getting getting that come back. And you shared so much today. Half the episode was about you. That's so cool. Keep your family. Blessings to your 11-year-old and your 7-year-old, and hopefully they are doing just great. Oh, we can make it do hearts now. Yeah, the AI. Come on. Oh yeah, the AI is watching. And so I just want to send much love out to you. Thanks for tuning in to Office Hours. More Jadam coming at you. I think that's what we're going to go for the beginning of the year until I exhaust it, which there's not that much to share, to be honest. You can go through this book really quickly. But I guess I'm good at, talking a lot to a wall. Ha! No, yeah, I appreciate the community and all you out there and doing your things. Yeah, kids are stoked. Awesome. That's so cool. They're famous. And thanks everyone for tuning in. We got Jura Hotjar in the house and some folks talking in Senegal language, and man, wow, it's cool. We're all around the world, so appreciate you. Thanks for doing it. Join the Pure KNF Foundation. Join the Pure KNF Foundation. We're doing good things. We're doing big things. So, all right, I'm gonna peace out because I gotta actually water my cows. It's been so dry here. It's been droughted for the past. It hasn't rained since my course started, and it's been droughty. So I gotta deal with the cows and get them water and keep them good. So appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It doesn't recognize these types of hearts. Gotta update the AI model. Okay. Anyway, I'll keep going if I don't go. So I'm gonna go. All right. Bye.